Welcome to Golf Arizona. I'm your host, Gina Zemer. This show is all about showcasing some of the best that Arizona golf has to offer. Today we'll be visiting some of the best courses and resorts, and we'll be talking with amateurs and professionals, all sharing their love for the game of golf. Casino del Sol Resort is an entertainment oasis in the Sonoran Desert. Here, guests can enjoy a variety of activities, day or night. Casino del Sol Resort, located in southwest Tucson, is an enterprise of the Pascua Yaqui tribe. It's the only Forbes 4-star rated casino resort in Arizona. The Sehualo Golf Club has been a perfect complement to the award-winning property. The course reflects the beauty and spirit of the land. It's a true golfing experience you will remember for a lifetime. Sehualo, meaning flower world in the Pascua Yaqui language, is the name of this magnificent golf course. Native landscape and magnificent lakes are blended throughout the challenging course. So today we are at Casino del Sol Resort and we are visiting the Sehualo Golf Club. Thank you so much, Spencer, for joining us.
Absolutely.
So tell me about this golf club and what makes it so special and so unique here in Tucson.
There's quite a few things that are unique about Sehualo. A few of the things are the water features. We've got numerous amazing water features out here. We've got about 15 acres of lakes and almost 2 miles of streams that kind of meander through the property here. So it gives you kind of an oasis feeling out in the middle of the desert.
So tell me about the affordability of coming out here to play.
We'd like to think that it's very affordable to come play Sehualo. We utilize dynamic pricing, so based on the day, time, and demand, we can always find a tee time that's right for whomever, whatever their price range may be.
So do you have any packages that you offer to guests that would like to come and stay at the hotel and also play golf here at the resort? We
do. We offer many stay and play packages. Those are updated periodically. The current one we have right now is running with Callaway and Odyssey Golf. Come out, book a stay and play package, get a free putter. There's also lesson packages, all kinds of different gambling packages as well.
So you guys have a partnership with the golf team at the U of A.
We do.
So tell me a little bit about that.
We are the home course for the men's and women's golf team for the U of A. We host any number of their events and also host their team practices and qualifying, and we've made kind of just a great little home for them.
So your course is operated by Troon Golf. Tell me about that and what some of the advantages are of that.
A lot of the advantages being operated by Troon Golf is the support that we get as golf course operators, and to the end user, obviously they know that the conditions of the golf course are always going to be excellent. The pricing is going to be competitive in the market, and the service levels are going to be outstanding in line with the casino as well.
There are a lot of golf courses here in southern Arizona, specifically here in Tucson. So if you were talking to someone who wanted to go out and golf but they didn't know what course to pick, why would you tell them to come to Sehualo?
Come to Sehualo just because it's a first-class experience. You've got kind of the whole package here. You've got the casino resort. You can come, stay the night, play golf, use the pool, do some gambling, hit the steakhouse, catch a concert at the Ava Amphitheater. It's all kind of right here. Everything that you would want.
So if people are interested in making a reservation, where can they find out more information about these special offers?
The best place to go for best available rates is always going to be our website at www.sehualogolf.com. Also, calling direct is another easy way to book a tee time, 520-838-6623.
Well, thanks, Spencer. I'm sure a lot of people are looking forward to getting out here and playing.
Absolutely. Thank you, and we look forward to having them.
Thanks. Thank you. All right, well, stick around. There's a lot more to come. We'll be right back. Well, Glenn, thank you so much for joining us today. Not only are you a great player, but you are a fabulous teacher. So for someone that wants to come out and take some lessons, tell me about some of the lessons that you offer.
Well, we do pretty much everything under the book here, and so you can take anything from simple 1-hour sessions to on-course playing lessons, or any type of lesson that would focus on an area of your game that you would like improvement on. So short game, bunkers, pitch shots, and again, game management are all areas that we work on here.
Do you need to be a member of the club to take lessons with you?
No, we're open to anyone. We actually offer programs from different resorts here in town and also to the public.
So it can be a little intimidating for a first-time golfer when they want to start learning how to golf, but this is one of those sports, one of those games that it's a lifetime of learning. So what would you tell someone that is beginning, that's maybe just starting off, maybe not to be scared, and that everyone's got to start from somewhere, and it is definitely a learning game no matter what age you're at?
Right. Well, my first advice would be start out with some group lessons. Start off with friends or people that you know. If you don't have friends that want to play, again, a group lesson's a great way to be less intimidating. And then you can also find what style of teacher that you like, and then you can move towards private coaching for the future and be a little more comfortable with that.
So tell me about fitness and the role that that plays in the game of golf.
Well, range of motion for the body is really important, and so you know, fitness is a piece. We're all different. You know, everybody out there is different flexibility levels, different strength levels, and so that being the case, we don't require that, but we do test and we see where you're at with your flexibility and your fitness levels. We also have that conversation with our coaching programs to enhance your game.
So looking for that certain teacher, I'm sure every student has that teacher that makes it a perfect fit. What is your style of teaching?
I don't know if I call it a style. I'm pretty organic. I like to be very simple. A lot of body awareness. My ultimate goal is that everyone I work with becomes their own coach. They coach themselves. And so if you understand what's going on with your swing or your technique or your game in a particular area, that's powerful. And you take that with you. And so again, my ultimate goal, whoever I work with, is that they become their own coach.
So the short game, very important in any game of golf. It's where you can save the most strokes during a round.
Absolutely.
So could you give us some tips maybe on what we can do for our next golf game so we can improve on our skills?
Absolutely, be happy to show you some putting tips. So we're here about 10 feet from the hole, and I want to talk to you today a little bit about some putting tips and guidelines that'll help you with your game. So one of the main things that players tend to miss when they're putting is the space between your golf ball and the end result, the hole. Eyes tend to go from the ball to the hole, neglecting to look at the area in between. That path to the hole is the most important piece. So as a player, you want to navigate the path to the hole as one of your #1 routines in your setup. So the next thing is, what kind of stroke or motion do we make through the ball? Now, when we use the upper body to control the putting stroke versus the hands and the wrists, the small muscles, we tend to have a better, more consistent roll on the ball. So a rocking motion that's created from the shoulders with very little hand action will help you create that accelerating putting stroke that remains accurate and true to the path that you'd like the ball to travel on. So I'd like you to consider incorporating those tips into your putting regardless of the length of the putt. And keep in mind that when a putt is longer, the path to the hole could be wider than the hole if necessary. So when it gets in closer, it might be as wide as the hole. You get 20, 30, 40 feet away, you can create a little wider path to give you some freedom in that putting stroke. Because once again, the goal in putting is always 2 putts or less on every hole. So when we incorporate those tips that I just explained, it might look a little something like this. Once you're over the ball, you're grounded and connected and balanced. Your eyes travel down the path to the hole. Your eyes may come from the hole back to the ball. And once you're ready to roll that putt, you will follow the ball with your eyes with that shoulder motion.
So thanks for the putting tips. Now, looking in the big picture, like we said, golf can be a pretty intimidating sport at times. So what would you tell someone who's continually trying to improve their game, how not to get discouraged?
Well, the biggest thing you can do really is make a plan for every golf shot. So regardless of your golf shot, putt, chip, whatever shot you have in front of you, make a plan for that shot. And even if you're not sure if you can do it, because if you have a plan, you have a chance. If you get up there and hit and hope, well, results are going to vary quite a bit. So make a plan for every shot you have in golf, and you'll see some results.
Great tips. Thanks, Glenn.
You're welcome.
All right, well, stick around. There's a lot more to come. We'll be right back. At the Gallery Golf Club, they believe that belonging to a private club should be much more than just a membership. It's an experience. They offer a lifestyle that believes in building and maintaining relationships with those who share similar passions, values, and interests. The Gallery Golf Club provides a destination where family and friends come together to share in a lifestyle offering the premier club experience in the Southwest. Their 2 highly acclaimed north and south golf courses offer members magnificent canyon views of the Tortolita Mountains and a scenic landscape of the Sonoran Desert. Garrett Wallace is the general manager of the Gallery Golf Club in Marana, Arizona. So in southern Arizona, there are so many golf courses, beautiful golf courses. Why would someone want to become a member here?
You know, we like to think the Gallery doesn't offer a membership, it offers a lifestyle. You know, our members, this is the center of everything they do, whether they're golfers or they're diners or they're active, you know, with our sports club. So we don't look at it as just a membership. We look at it really as kind of the center of your life.
So tell me about the ownership of the club.
You know, we're blessed. You know, as everyone's well aware, it's been a difficult time in the private club industry. You know, our owner, John McMillan, and his family have been owners since the onset. They were the original developer, and they've stood behind the project from day one. So to have that kind of backing when you see other facilities, not only in southern Arizona, but across the country, who have gone through 3, 4, 5 owners, bank ownership, to have that ownership here that's really stood behind the vision that Mr. McMillan had early on, and to stick with it and to see it through, it's been great. And we're certainly, you know, it's an honor to work for them and to work with them.
Now, Troon Management, they have a role in the club as well. Tell me about that.
So in 2012, ownership of the club decided it was time to not do it on their own anymore. So they reached out, and that's when Troon was hired. So we're third-party management. We're the largest management company in the world. And our role is really overseeing the day-to-day operations of the club. You know, we work with ownership, answer to ownership, but we're involved in managing every facet of the club, from the agronomy to the golf, food and beverage, and our sports club. So we like to call it one-stop shopping. So it's a big job, but you know, to have such a great facility, great members, and we inherited a tremendous staff. So it's really been a win-win situation. It's been a lot of fun the first 2.5 years we've been here.
So you kind of touched on it in the previous question, but the advantages of that partnership with Troon, tell me about some of those for the club.
Well, you know, I think management companies sometimes get a bad rap, especially in the private side of things. You know, Troon, probably about 6, 7 years ago, we really started getting into third-party management of private clubs. We've been the industry leader on the resort and daily fee side for over 20 years. But now we're the largest third-party manager of private clubs in the industry, with over 60 private clubs across the country. You know, we're a general manager, and I was one of those before, where you're kind of on your own, and when you needed to figure out a solution to a problem, you sat in the room with your team and figured it out. Well, you know, we've got a team of 10,000 associates worldwide, a support staff at our corporate office here in Scottsdale, and then a lot of advantages that we bring to the facilities that we manage. Most importantly for our members here at the gallery, you know, is Privé privilege. Troon Privé is the private entity that we manage our private clubs with. And so members at the gallery have access to 47 other private clubs around the world for just a cart fee. And those members have access to the gallery. So it's a great reciprocal program. There's nothing like it in the industry. And in 2013, members of the gallery played more Privé rounds than any other facility we manage. So our members are definitely taking advantage of it.
That's wonderful. And you said around the world.
Around the world. We're in 32 countries.
Wow.
So I had the good fortune this past spring. I actually was in Abu Dhabi for a conference for a week. So we manage facilities from Australia to the Middle East to London. So we truly are a global brand.
So for membership, those interested in becoming a member of the Gallery Golf Club, tell me about some of the options that they have.
You know, it's a diverse option that we have. You know, we've got great opportunities. It's a great club, whether you're a golfer and it's going to be all about the golf, or you're really looking for that lifestyle. So we have 3 basic options. It's our full membership, which gets you access to everything that we have. Then we have our sports club, and our sports club, it's for the active lifestyle. It's got an Olympic-sized swimming pool, active fitness floor, classes. It's a phenomenal facility, and it's a great entry point for folks looking for membership, especially with a lot of our snowbirds that aren't here year-round. And this past year, we introduced a new membership called our Sports Club Plus, which gives our sports club members a little more expanded access to the golf course. It's a great introductory offer for folks to get a taste of our lifestyle and see if long-term membership's for them.
So for someone that's looking for a membership to a club, we mentioned this earlier, there are a lot of choices here in southern Arizona. What separates you from the rest?
Well, I think it's the family nature of our club. You know, when you join the club, you're immediately embraced into the family, and not only from a staff standpoint, but from our members. You know, one of the challenges we have is when we look to our members, and the referrals are key in the private club business, but our members, all of their friends now are members. So when you come here, you're quickly embraced into the lifestyle and into our family, and I think that's what really sets us apart. There truly is something going on every minute of the day, and we have kind of an internal slogan that we use that, you know what, if you're not involved, it's your own fault.
The PGA of America, founded in 1916, is the world's largest working sports organization, comprised of 28,000 men and women golf professionals who are recognized as the experts in the game and business of golf. The Southwest Section PGA is headquartered in Scottsdale, Arizona, and is one of 41 sections of the PGA of America. Executive Director Kurt Hudak and President of the Southwest Section Don Ray are here to share their passion for the game of golf. Kurt Hudak, Don Ray, thank you guys so much for joining us today. So first, Kurt, we're going to start out with you. What is the Southwest Section PGA?
You know, the Southwest Section PGA, it's part of the PGA of America. Geographically, we're the state of Arizona and Clark County, Nevada. And so they're really connected by climate as much as anything. It's a desert climate, and so that's how they've broken us up geographically.
So Kurt, tell me about your role as Executive Director.
You know, it's interesting. It's really an administrative position, but we do a lot. Our mission is really two things: grow the game of golf and then to support our members. And my role is really to administer tournaments. We do tournaments for our guys. We do a lot with junior golf. And unique to our section a little bit is we have a golf pass. And so the clubs really own that, but we administer that program.
All right, Don, you are president, so tell me a little bit about your role as president.
As president, elected position, you know, so you stand in front of the membership and say why you want to represent them. There's close to about 1,400 members of the Southwest section, so, you know, you get elected and you go up there and you just try to advocate for them, right? I mean, some don't have the time to run for a board position, let alone an officer position, but, you know, it's really just kind of chairing this association and seeing what's out there, whether legislatively or growing the game of golf or whatever that might happen to affect our members. I mean, ultimately, we want to grow the game of golf, just like Kurt said. But we want to make sure our professionals have jobs. We want to make sure that they're taken care of, and anything we can do to promote the brand of the PGA so people really understand, you know, what we do on a daily basis. That's what we're all about, and that's why I signed up, and I'm very grateful to have been voted in and really enjoying the position.
So this position, it is a volunteer position, but what do you do as a golf professional?
Well, first, I'm a dad and a husband, right? I mean, ultimately, that's what we're trying to do. I'm one of the owners of Augusta Ranch Golf Club. It's a par 61 golf course in Mesa, Arizona. A lot of the winter visitors come out during the winter, and then the summer, we just go to all the junior stuff. So, you know, acting owner, operator, Jared's just the GM. You know, if I got to pull a card out, I pull a card out, ride around with the superintendent, talk to some of our loyal guests, and, you know, put together a flyer. Whatever it takes as a small business owner, that's what you do, right? I mean, you wear a suit, you wear some slacks, you wear some shorts. Whatever you're doing, you're just trying to make your place better.
All right, so Kurt, tell us what the difference is between the PGA Tour and the PGA of America.
Yeah, the PGA Tour, a men's-only organization, those are the guys that you see in playing on TV. And they're actually expanding their scope really a little bit globally. They have the PGA Tour, the Senior Tour, the Web.com, the Canadian Tour, South American Tour. They're involved in all that. The PGA of America is now all the people that work at the facilities, whether it's a golf course, it could be a driving range, it might be a retail facility. And again, we're the working hands and feet of growing the game. We do a lot with junior golf, teaching the game. So instruction is probably one of our fortes, and also running the business of golf. I mean, it's interesting, you drive by a golf course and people will look at it and go, well, okay, golf course, that's kind of nice, but it's probably a $2 or $3 million business, and it takes some expertise to run it well. And so that's what our PGA professionals, men and women, do. Okay,
a question for both of you. Kurt, I'll ask you first. As leaders in the golf industry, what do you think is the best thing that's happening in Arizona right now for the game of golf?
Well, probably the best thing is just the quality and number of golf courses. This really is a great destination place, and I know that for tourism, it's a great attraction. It's interesting, the CVBs recently did some surveys about, you know, what do people book first, the resort or the golf? And they found that golf came first. Really? And so as a result, the Scottsdale CVB has included golf as part of their marketing program, and we're expecting some great results of that. So the quality of facilities, and then just really the quality of the professionals that work here. Just a lot of talented people instructor-wise, a lot of good business people. It's kind of a mecca for business and creative ideas, and so we see a lot of unique things to golf come out of our market.
Don, I'll ask you the same question. What's the greatest thing happening in Arizona right now for the game of golf?
The climate. Yeah. I mean, really, this year there was hardly any rain, right? And this was a good year. You know, this was a good year for the Phoenix Open. It's a good year. Anytime that you can showcase what Arizona's climate is, that drives people to us, and they're playing golf. I mean, You know, it's $3.4 billion economic impact of what golf brings to the state of Arizona. Now, one thing locally, I think, for Arizona is I really see the First Tee of Phoenix is growing. What a great program. You know, $60 a year. You get 2 clinics a week. I mean, that's affordable for everybody. And, you know, Augusta Ranch just became a location just because, you know, you want to try to get to everybody, and this gives you a chance to do that. So I really love what's going on with our golf professionals. They're getting back out onto the golf course. There was certainly a time where they were in the back room doing spreadsheets all the time, and that's not what we do. You know, what we do is we go out there and walk the line. We go out there and talk to golfers. We inspire them. You know, we feed off their passion, and they feed off ours. And so when I see golf professionals out there giving lessons, and we're growing the game, that's what I really think is encouraging about Arizona right now. I love to see the golfer development programs that are going on. Some great national initiatives, but I'll tell you what, that guy who's at the Par 61 or the very low-end facility, and he's giving that Saturday morning clinic, that guy's impacting that area around his facility. And that's what's exciting to me about the golf in Arizona right now.
And I think touching on that, as the person coming into golf, when you see that interaction, I think it drives both sides to want to be more involved and continue the game and just to grow what's happening here in Arizona.
Absolutely. You know, I mean, this is why we get in the golf business. We like to play, but I'll tell you what, most golf professionals, I would say maybe all of them, they love people. That's why we get into it.
That interaction.
Absolutely.
Yeah. Oh, yeah. So we mentioned what golf brings into the state money-wise. Obviously, it's a very important piece of Arizona. So expanding more on that, golf and Arizona, what does that bring to the state?
You know, I try to tell everybody since I've been president, right? Less than 3, more than 3, 6C, right? And what that means is just that right now we use less than 3% of the water in the state of Arizona. Not many people know that. We are the best stewards of water in this state, less than 3%. More than 3, $3.4 billion economic impact. I mean, that's impressive. You know, agriculture industry, they're huge, $7 billion a year, that's outstanding. They use 70% of the water. Less than 3, more than 3. The 6C, you know, anybody who grew up in Arizona, they learned in class the 5 C's of Arizona. Well, I think courses should be the 6C of Arizona. We are driving people to this. You know, and another thing I tell everybody is 4 days, 4 months, forever. And what I mean by that is that a lot of people come out here for a 4-day golf trip. They have a great time. And they end up being 4-month winter visitors, which are great for our economy. And then pretty soon they got to make a decision where to live full time. And if they stay out here, they're forever residents of Arizona. These are great residents to have. You know, they're out, you know, they're helping our economy. So I think, you know, just trying to enlighten golf professionals and say, hey, we do a lot of great things. You know, we are this one-man Convention and Visitors Bureau at our little facility, trying to own that 15 or 10 miles around our facility. But ultimately, we're helping the state. So less than 3, more than 3, 6C, and then 4 days, 4 months, forever.
That's such a good piece of information. You have these golfers that come in just for a few days. They end up staying for a little bit longer. They end up getting a vacation home. And not only is that impacting the golf industry, but that's impacting businesses, restaurants, everything across the board. All right, Kurt, so what do you think the most important thing is that the PGA can do to continue to grow the game of golf here in the state?
You know, they continue to provide a quality experience for anybody that comes. I mean, just like Don mentioned, it's a 4-day trip, and we lure them into being here forever. So quality experience, and then from a PGA professional standpoint, continue to be great instructors to the game. I know that they love playing, and I think, you know, a lot of guys love teaching the game as much as they do playing. It's great to hit a great shot, but you even get a better feeling when someone you're teaching hits a great shot, and you can share in that excitement. It's really cool.
So, Don, what is one thing that you would want someone to know about what it takes to run a golf course?
You know, it's so many businesses in one. You know, you've got a retail outlet. You're trying to sell clothes, right? So that's hard. You're a landscape company. You're trying to maintain 80 acres of grass, you know? You're a marketing company. You're in the back, you know, just putting up those flyers. Most courses don't have big marketing engines behind them. It's Don and his wife, Karen, you know, kicking out flyers. That's what we do.
And we come in, though, and we see pristine greens, and we just, you know, friendly people. So I don't think a lot of people realize what it takes to operate something. It's huge scale.
No doubt. And a restaurant. You're trying to run a restaurant, right? And right now it can't just be an amenity for the golfer. It just can't sustain itself that way. So a lot of innovative operators are out there right now, you know, just building relationships with other restaurateurs, making sure that only the best are running what we do. But ultimately, you know, we see the PGA professional kind of overseeing all of that. I mean, we're supposed to be the experts in the game. That's a tall task. It's everything from fixing a club, fixing a swing, or fixing a golf cart, or, you know, fixing maybe a relationship between the men's club and women's club. I mean, it's always something, right? But it's just, you know, like Kurt said, $1 million business, there's a lot going on. And the margins aren't where everybody thinks they are. Listen, we don't want to overwater the golf course. We're the best stewards they are, and water's expensive. We need people to be loyal to us, and unfortunately sometimes we get caught in price wars with other golf courses. That's kind of a bummer, you know? Ultimately, there's a certain cost to running a golf course. The margins aren't where they're at. I'm telling you, everybody thinks we're killing it. Oh, Don, you're a golf course owner, you must... No, man, I'm just making it. But I'll tell you what, I love the flexibility of it, and I love golf, and I love people. That's why I do it. So I think if, you know, the guy walking around, the golfer, he got to sit down with the golf course operator and said, hey, how are things going? And hey, what are you going to do today? He would see this variety of things that is on his list that he's got to do. And maybe it's meeting with the mayor. Maybe it's meeting with the principal of his local school. Maybe it's just him meeting with a parent of one of the juniors who threw his club, and we've got to talk about that. So those are things that we do, and that's what's cool about it. Once again, lots of hats that we're wearing. Right. That's what I get out of it. I love that part of it. I couldn't just do any one of those. It would bore me. But to do them all, I think, is really cool. And I think, you know, you give a golf course operator enough time to talk to a golfer, and he would see the passion that we have. They go, wow, this is really a cool industry. This is a cool sport. And, you know, how do I get more involved? And that's what we need to do. We just need to spread the word, because it's a good word. We just need to spread it.
No 2 days are the same, I would say.
Never.
Right?
I could tell you from, you know, we just had a lot of rain out here. Oh my goodness, right? So you're dealing with that. You know, and then on the president's side, we're having to move the dates of the section championship. Holy smokes. Dealing with allied associations. But, you know, that's just what we do. All us allied organizations of golf in Arizona, we work together, because high tide raises all ships. And so we're all just trying to make sure that golfers have a good experience and they play on good golf courses. And that takes everybody. It takes the superintendents, it takes the head pros, you know, it takes the club managers, it takes them all.
Kurt, does the Southwest Section PGA work strictly with professionals, or do they offer anything for an amateur golfer?
A significant number of amateur events. If you look at junior golf, that's typically all amateurs. And we have a Ping Junior Series, which is a high-end, very competitive series that we run. In addition, we have the Antigua Junior Tour, which are very affordable opportunities. And we do that. We break our section into 12 districts, and they each do 5 events in the summer. And they have a program here in Tucson, the Ricky Rarick program, it's a junior program, and it's been in place for more than 60 years. So 60 years of growing junior golfers out of here. I know that Michael Thompson came out of that, someone who plays on the PGA Tour, so that's pretty cool. For adults, we host competitive events, the Arizona Open, the Senior Open for Arizona, the Sedona Open. Those are all opportunities for amateurs to play. And in addition to that, we do pro-ams. And so if you're an amateur at a golf course and you want to play in a pro-am, just go in and knock on your pro's door and say, hey, let's go play in this. And so it's kind of a treat. So yeah, very, very large number of amateur-related events.
So no matter the skill level, there's something,
Absolutely.
Right?
Absolutely.
Anything else that you guys want to add?
You know, I think in particular, you don't have to be great to play golf. So many people, you know, certainly there's the competitive side, and you see that on the PGA Tour, but for most golfers, it's completely social. It's an opportunity to go spend some time with family or friends or pals or buddies. So whether you play competitively or not, it's a great environment to spend some quality time with people you like.
I like my little short words, right? But family, fitness, and fun. I really think those are things that we need to talk about. You know, my daughter's 12 years old, and I certainly enjoy coaching her softball team. That takes me away from playing golf, but that's the way it is, right? But her and I can have a great round of golf. It could be 6 holes. It could be 9 holes. It could be 12. It could be 18. It doesn't matter. That's the time you're spending with your family. And then everybody's looking for some kind of fitness aspect. Walking 18 holes, that burns a lot of calories. These are things that our kids can do. Even if you're doing a golf tournament where, hey, we're going to play golden tee for 9 holes and then play real golf for 9 holes, that's cool. And I think the fun aspect of it is just getting back to that. I think sometimes golf instruction is, with all this technology, we can diagnose a swing down to what the hinge flex is at the top of his swing and where the club face is aimed. You know what? I don't think anybody who shoots 120 cares about that. But they certainly love playing golf. They play every week, right, Kurt? I mean, it's amazing. And so I think you'll see a lot more golf coaching. Once again, golf professionals getting out of the office, onto the driving range, onto the course, playing with people, showing them that this is a fun game. Don't get so crazy about what your swing looks like. Who cares? Just move the ball forward, make some putts, give some high fives when that fourth guy makes the putt on a scramble, right? I mean, all those things are what golf's all about. It's just technology's got us so convinced that we have to get the best possible rate, or else, man, I could have got cheaper. It's not about that. What was the experience that you're having? You know, you're having a great time at this golf course, and it doesn't matter what you shoot. Just go out there and play. Add them up when you're all over. Go in there, you know, have a grilled cheese sandwich and a hot dog with your daughter, whatever it takes, right?
Yeah.
But it's family and it's fitness and it's fun, and we just got to keep pushing those aspects of golf because, listen, everybody says golf is, you know, it's hard right now. Participation rates are going down. Okay, club sports are they're a tough competitor right now. I know so many of my friends where their kids play on soccer club teams, softball club teams, baseball club teams. You're going out of town every weekend. Okay, we get that. But just mix in some golf. These are some times where maybe kids are focusing on one sport so much that they get burned out at an early age. Maybe just bring them out for 9 holes, give them some other thing. There's lots of scholarships,
too.
right?
Yeah.
And there's scholarships out there for golf. I mean, baseball, those sports are crazy competitive. Golf is competitive too. But let me tell you, there's a lot of golf scholarships that go unclaimed every year. And we can tap into that at the high school level, get them to think about that. So there's all kinds of opportunities for golf. It's a great second sport to have. You can play it for a lifetime. You talked about handicaps. That's amazing. You know, I can play against you on a level playing field. Whatever your handicap is, great. At the end of the day, I guarantee it's going to come down to the last hole. Can't do that in basketball. Can't do that in tennis.
Right.
You can't do that on some of these sports. So why not expose your daughter or son to a sport that you're going to play with them someday, forever? Why wouldn't you do that? I mean, to me, it's a no-brainer. So we just got to get the word out. Once again, I know we got the good word. We just got to get it. We got to get it out.
And we're in a great place too.
Absolutely.
So, Kurt Hudak, Don Ray, thank you guys so much for joining us today, and thank you for what you guys are doing for the game of golf here in Arizona.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We appreciate it.
Thanks again for joining me for this episode of Golf Arizona. You can pick up a copy of Golf Arizona magazine at your local golf shop or visit our website at gogolfarizona.com. Thanks again. We'll see you next time.